Okay, all ready? If you have a question, raise your hand and we'll come to you. We'll kick off with Alex from the BBC.
Hi Mikel, congratulations.
Thank you.
Felt like a big win, especially at a place where it's been difficult for you to come the last couple of seasons.
Yeah, the recent history was in our favour, and we wanted to change that, like we did against Newcastle and West Ham at home. And that's another step, you know, having that mindset and that ability to win this kind of matches against a really good opposition, a really difficult place to come, and especially the first 10-15 minutes, it took us a while to get into the game with some very unusual giveaways that has caused some transitions, and after that we started to dominate the game throughout the rest of the game much better. But we thought it's about knocking on the door against this team. They are really well organized, especially with the contest of the result is a draw. Even though they start winning complicates the situation a lot, and the more it dragged on, I think we were better and better and managed to win the game and another clean sheet.
Tom, Football London.
Hi Mikel, that's the second consecutive Premier League game where you've not conceded a shot on target. It's the first time that's happened since November 2003 for Arsenal. When you're leading a game 1-0 right at the end at a place like this, I guess you sit there comfortably now then.
Not comfortably, because as well it feels in this pitch like it's smaller and they are straight away on you in the box. By the big chances we didn't generate, they didn't generate any big chances. It was more the feeling sometimes, especially in the first half with the giveaways, and because they have a lot of players with a lot of quality in the final third, and Jimenez in the box with a real threat, and 1-0, you know, there is not enough.
Charlie from the Sun.
How important is it for you to sort of grind out these wins? You know, probably you could argue your third win away from home where you may not play to your best, but that must really please you that you're just sort of really grinding out.
Yeah, you have to play the best in relation to the opponent and the place that you have to play. That's what we have to play. The best against Atletico Madrid is going to be different to the best of today, and make sure that we are able to take the game into those areas that is going to favor our possibility to win the game, and we continue to try to improve.
James, CBS.
Hi Mikel, maybe a challenging match for Ebereche. Could you reflect on how difficult it is for someone coming into this club to learn playing in those spaces as a number 10 against this sort of mid-block, which is something he's not really going to run into a lot at Palace?
No, because he's more used to probably attacking open spaces and breaks and facing and carrying the ball with the space in front of him, but he's so good and comfortable doing that. I think he had his moments today. He put Victor, I think, one or twice through in really good spaces, and maybe if that would have finished in a goal, looked a little bit different, but I'm very happy with what he's doing, and we can use him in different positions, and today we use him on that one, and we carry on trying to improve.
Simon Standard.
Mikel, when you came here years ago, I think there was a perception about Arsenal that they could be soft at times. Did you think under you they've now built this ability to win ugly?
Like looking back, but if you ask me how I would describe the team, the players, is tough and very, very willing.
James, Sky.
It's another set-piece goal, Mikel. How pleasing is that for you, and how important is that weapon when it comes to winning ugly games where you're struggling to break the team down?
Great, because it's obviously we generate so many set pieces, so you have to start from there. So we generate so many, we have to understand, and against these low blocks when they don't really want to jump and commit that many players there, we have another opportunity to put the players that we want in the position that we want with the role that we want, and we need to exploit that. We could have exploited that today in different ways. At the end, it was a set piece, so more than welcome.
Amy, Athletic.
Hi, Mikel.
Hi.
At the beginning, Gabriel looked like he'd had a really long journey and maybe wasn't quite sure where he was at. A couple of questions relating to that. What's the programme like for someone like that when they're coming back and coming into a game so quickly? And also, how much does it impress you that a player who's maybe struggling to refine that rhythm then has the character to come on and be so?
That's exactly the part that I loved about it, because when everything goes well in the first few minutes for a player and he gets confident and things are flowing for you, it's easy to continue. But Gabi had two difficult moments, probably not at his standards, but the way he reacted to that and the sense of security that he transmits, that's maturity and that's the mindset that we need in the team. So that's a really good example to use and that I will use for sure.
Can I just also ask you about Atletico coming up quickly on
Yeah.
Tuesday? Are you a little bit concerned about how much football everyone's had and there's another big game coming up? Can you rest? Can you rotate?
Yes, we know the schedule. You could see some of the players, not only us, their players as well, and there have been some injuries as well. The load is what it is. That's why we needed and the games now and the context demand you a bigger squad. Like, and I think all the top teams, we are in the same boat. We're going to have to manage that really well to look after them and especially to get the best out of them.
Okay, we'll just take two more. Phil, PA.
Right.
Hi, Mikel. It
Yeah.
looks as though you'd have a chance to score from the spot, but it got overturned. The penalty got overturned.
Yeah.
Just your view on that. And obviously, it's now the game without a goal for Victor, although he had 2 shots on target. So just to get your view on that too.
Yeah, regarding the penalty, I was getting a bit animated because obviously if it's clear and obvious or not, that's where VAR has to intervene. And it was taking so long, and then Anthony as well, it was taking so long. Then he explained the reason why it took so long in the screen. It was nothing to do with the process, it was the screen that wasn't working. So that's fine. I think what I heard is that probably wasn't a penalty, so probably they made the right decision, and I was just animated because of the process, that's it.
And then finally we'll go to Nick at the back from the haters.
Hi, Mikel. Just on the goal, Leandro Trossard again, he has a habit of scoring some good goals. What do you got to say about him?
That he has this quality to create these magic moments when the team needs it the most, and that intuition, and he's in the right place in the right moment, and that's a huge quality for the team and a massive weapon for us. So really happy. I think he's been very, very good in recent weeks, and now we have a lot of players in a really high emotional state and performance level, which is really good to see.
Thanks, everyone.
Yeah, thank you.
Coaches are out now.
Sitting here.
evening, everybody. And see you when you're ready for the first question, please.
Hi, Michael.
Hi, good evening.
You all started well. Those 20-25 minutes, probably had the chances maybe to score it all. But after that, Arsenal showed the strengths and one set piece, and we know that they're very strong in corners and set pieces. What's your views on the game?
I agree with your small resume about the game. I think we did start very well. The first 25-30 minutes they were in a very good level from us. The way our organization kept them very away from creating clear chances and whatever. I think the way we set up ourselves, we knew that the position of Rice or Calafiori there in the pocket area with Trossard out wide, they can try to do always from that situation something, and of course from 1v1 situations from Trossard. Most of the times we did control very well, and the reality, as you said, we had two very good chances from Harry Wilson to score, and even the first corner from the game, the combination from the edge of the box from ourselves, where TC strike the ball was going direction of the goal clear and touching one player from Arsenal, good block from them, was another good chance from us. Until that moment, nothing from Arsenal in terms of chances. As you said, the last 15 minutes of the first half, they push more forward, they control more the game, not with big chances, some good shots from the edge of the box, not clear chances to score. And the second half, they started better, but the reality that until they score and they start leading the score, nothing really special from them. I think we kept them away most of the time, not playing so well like the first 30 minutes. I would like to see our team with better quality to the ball. We knew that Arsenal will come to press us higher, and sometimes it's not easy, but I think we had the chances to play more and to connect a little bit more our game and to have moments to settle our game, because it will give us the chance to breathe a little bit more and to boost our confidence in the game, because if you don't have the ball, it's more difficult for us. We don't like. Arsenal obligate us to don't have. And they score in one moment. I think we prepared, and most of the time we did it very well, the way we set up ourselves and we faced the corners and the free kicks from Arsenal. We try to block the run and to don't let Gabriel to go with all that power in the balls. Most of the time, Sessegnon and Harry Wilson, they did it very well. In that moment, they opened the path for him to run, and you see how high he jumped in that moment. It was very difficult, of course, for us to win that challenge in the air with the power that he came to the ball, or you stop him to go with that power, or it's going to be more difficult, because most of the players, they were blocked inside the box, and that flick, of course, after it's more difficult for you to control the far post, even if you had the chances to control better the far post touch from Trossard. Made an impact in the game. Came a bad decision from Anthony Taylor giving the penalty for them. That was a clear touch from Kevin on the ball. Anthony Taylor with a good view, so completely different in that moment. But it's what it is. It's being our story so far. This type of decisions, lucky tonight VR was with open eyes to see what really happened on the pitch, and boosted a bit the stadium, boosted a bit ourselves. That bad decision from Anthony Taylor, we tried from the bench. Of course, we matched more them, we faced more of the game. We had some dangerous moments around, but not clear chances until the last game. Of course, we tried. Some injuries from Joaquin Anderson out, Tom Carney out. We had a lot of absences right now, but the attitude from the players, the work ethic, our organization most of the time was there. Arsenal is in a great moment. It's a tough side to play against. Better first half from us. I would like to see us second half to do more or less what we did the first 30 minutes of the game. But Arsenal in some moments obligate us to do things that we don't like.
James Cole, Sky Sports.
How serious are those injuries to Carney and
We have to wait. Joaquin is an hamstring injury. He felt something. Now it's just for us matter of time to know if it's something more serious or minor injury. That is really what will come in the next few hours, few days after the exams, because that is a muscle injury. It is just to realize how serious can be. Tom Carney was something in his back. He felt when he jumped for one ball. Doesn't look so serious. It's a different one. Was a knock there. He was not feeling good. I think that next week is going to be. It's not because that situation. Probably that is going to be another absence for us. But Joaquin could be out.
How hard is it to stop Arsenal scoring from corners? Gabriel in particular. Is it frustrating those things that's just so hard to stop?
No, it's frustrating. Okay, it's hard to stop when we, because set pieces and they're defensive or offensive, but offensive set pieces is not just about the 1 or 2, 3 players. It's about the takers that they are lucky because they have very good takers too, and all that stuff. And you have is a hard challenge for you, like when Arsenal face the other teams, it's a hard challenge for them to face it on to consider from set pieces. I think it's both situations. It's not just for the teams that they play against. Of course, I think they scored more than 60% of their goals. I think from a set pieces show their power in that moment. What is a frustration for us that we felt that we were well prepared for that moment, and we showed throughout the game that we were very well prepared for that moment. But this is the type of games you have to keep the focus 95, 100 minutes there. And most of the time we did a very good job. In one moment we let him to go with power, when most of the times we control well. And in that moment, the way he jumped was very difficult to control. Even, as I said before, the far post situation we should have controlled better. Even when the flick comes in the front post, it's always more difficult after in the far post to control.
I was going to take the last couple of questions. James, you have a question, and Jack? You don't? So Jack?
Mine was also asked, but I could just ask that.
Last question.
Jimenez came in today, did very, very well, and his socks on. What do you make of his performance this season?
I think for me it's clear. It's just a great example from everybody, and should be for all the players. Of course, I praise the team and the players from the attitude. But when you have a player that almost didn't train the last 3 weeks, of course last week he was in and out. We tried to manage his situation because the problem that he had in his back or on the side here, but was not training. A player at his age, and the attitude, the commitment from him, trying to help in all the moments of the game. Probably he was not so fresh in some moments that we need him fresh, because he works so hard for all the balls, and he helped the team off the ball as well. I think he's a great example for everybody, that it's so hard to be at the level and to play against this type of teams, and to demand what they demand from ourselves and the whole, apart from us, all the organization. But of course we have to praise Raul for the attitude and the commitment and the togetherness that he showed tonight.
Thanks, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.